Well, after Friday's deadly terror attack in France, many people are wondering what is the next step the United States needs to take to combat ISIS. Senator candidate Admiral Joe Sestak is here with us this morning to offer some more insight into the military strategy required to fight terrorism. We appreciate you joining us this morning.
Good to be with you, Amy.
Yes,
Thanks.
thank you. Admiral, as of right now, what is our country's current strategy when it comes to ISIS?
On the whole, it's been an anti-terrorist strategy.
Right.
I mean, we were a little slow, actually, because we were slow to give arms to the more moderate rebels in Syria, which permitted ISIS to grow in that vacuum there. Then they migrated to Iraq, and again, not until they were 60 miles from Baghdad did we begin to help the Kurds and others to go against them. But by and large, it's been an incremental anti-terrorism approach.
Is that the right approach? I mean, you're a Navy three-star admiral. You're the highest-ranked military official ever elected to Congress. What do you think? Is that the right way to go about this?
No, it's not. We need a significant change. It's because what ISIS has become. It's actually an aspiring state. It has control over a population the size of Norway, land the size of Belgium. It actually gets $600 million a year from oil revenues and other means, $2 billion in assets, by which it can now do what is its foreign policy, state-sponsored terrorism. So what we have to do is make two changes. First is our military targeting. It's not just on the battlefield to help the Kurds and others. It's go against their infrastructure that undergird their power, the oil fields, take them down, as well as their government institutions. And second, most important, diplomatically lead a coalition of convenience of other nations, including Russia and Iran, who are on the ground in Syria to go against a common enemy, ISIS. This is a significant change to treat it as a wannabe state that's got to be taken down.
Obviously, the presidential election coming up could make a huge difference in the fight against ISIS. Are there any presidential candidates you believe would understand the situation?
I think former Secretary of State Clinton has a good understanding of the danger within the Middle East.
Sure.
All that said, though, you point to a larger problem we have down in Washington, D.C. So few in either party, when you look at the Senate, for example, really understand the right nexus, the joining between military policy and foreign policy. Too many just want to take our military and say, let's fix it. No, militaries can stop a problem, but we don't fix it. Does anybody really think we fixed Iraq? And that's why when you use us wisely and behind the right diplomatic strategy. That's why we've got to change the strategy today towards ISIS, or we'll go it alone once again.
Well, it certainly makes sense when you explain it that way. A lot of people at home, I know our viewers, are saying right now, with what just happened in Paris, could this happen to us? Is there cause for concern? Should they be worried? Should we be worried?
We should always be on guard.
Yeah.
Look, I was the first director of the Navy's anti-terrorism unit. I had to go on the ground for a very brief mission, nothing like the Marines and the Army into Afghanistan. And then I came home. I understood after 9/11 that we used to like away games. We wanted our wars over there. But all of a sudden we had this home game. And so therefore, institutions like the National Security Agency that can read the other guy's mail, and allies or friends of convenience over there that have intelligence we need to work with so that they can't get here. For example, Egypt has yet to give us intelligence from the downing of the Russian airline that was exploded over its soil. That's why our diplomacy to bring together countries that are often adversarial to us in a joint venture is the most critical thing we can do under our Secretary of State.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time, Admiral. Thank you so much for coming on
Thanks for
today.
having me.
Best of luck. We'll be right back with more Fox 43 Morning News.